Hey friends, I'm Stacy and this is Gorgeously Aging, and today I'm going to do a super fast summer makeup look using only 4 products. Now I already have lashes on, so if you use mascara that would be a 5th product, but I'm going to feature some very affordable drugstore products from L'Oreal. Only 4 products are going on my face today, and I think this is a really pretty, easy, fast, natural summer look. I'm going to use 2 makeup brushes today, keeping it as simple as possible. I have the IT Cosmetics. This one is the airbrush brush, and this is the airbrush, a little smaller, and I'll show you how I'm going to use them. Of course, you could apply all this with your fingers if that is your preference, and it still looks beautiful. We're going to start with the L'Oreal Lumi Le Glow Tint. Now, I did purchase all this stuff myself. Nothing was sent to me for free. I will always give you guys my most honest opinion. This is in the shade 200 Neutral. I'll list everything I'm using down in the video description below so that you can go check out reviews and pricing. All of these are very well affordably priced drugstore products. So this is a plastic bottle with a pump, which I really like the pumps versus the squeeze out tubes. I mean, both are great, but I'm going to do 3 pumps of this, and I'm going to stipple my airbrush brush. I do like the texture and the angle of this brush. So I like to start in the center of my face to just deposit some of the product down the nose, and then we'll start spreading it around. The consistency of this is really nice in that it's very fluid. It feels hydrating and it gives a nice kind of satiny finish. I know it says Le Glow, so you would think it'd be really glowy, but I find it to be more of a soft satin. Now I did do all my skincare and finish my skincare with SPF. Sun protection is so important. I don't see anything on this tube regarding SPF, so I'm assuming that it does not have additional sun protection, which I think is a bit of a bummer, only because I think the more sun protection and the more layering of sun protection that you do, the better. So I decided for this to do only 4 products and no under eye concealer, because I think sometimes in the summer we just don't always need to have a heavy face or tons of makeup. But if you really need a concealer, definitely add a little concealer under the eyes to brighten it up or cancel out any discoloration. Sometimes you can go back with just a little dab of the tint here, the skin tint, and just dab a little bit more of that on for a little extra coverage. And I like to sometimes get it around my eyes. Some days I just want a really simple, easy, kind of fresh face look that isn't overly made up, kind of that no makeup look or more elevated version of that look. Now, because I'm not using any brow products, I'm going to make sure to wipe off my brows so that the skin tint isn't masking the eyebrows. So now I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Lumi Blush. I think this is called Bright Pink, but I'll list it down in the description box below. And instead of doing any kind of contouring, I'm just going to give shape and dimension to my face with the blush. I'm going to move to this brush by IT Cosmetics and just keep this blush up high, the majority of it or the concentration of it up higher for a lift. And I'm going to swipe just a little bit on my upper eyelids. And then what's left on the brush, I'm going to bring across my nose, just for that I got some sun look. This is the L'Oreal Plump Ambition. This is a lip oil in the color 641. I believe it's called Latte. And I love a nice lip oil that just nourishes the lip, gives them a little bit of gloss. And for a subtle, soft, natural makeup look, I think a lip oil is perfect. Last but not least, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Lumi Le Glace. This is a highlighter, and I think in the summer, a glassy highlight on the top of the cheeks and on the nose is just so pretty. Can even get under the arch of the brow. And there you have it, a very simple, easy, fresh-faced makeup look that comes from the drugstore, so it's not expensive. The only thing I'm missing is a little bit of brow gel, but if I wanted a soft look, I'd be totally okay with this. If we were to add a little bit of brow gel, it just kind of gives a little oomph, especially for sparse brows. But I like some days just the more simple 4 products, 5 products or less. I usually will wear my strip lashes. These are Ardell 420s for a couple of days. And just be really careful when I wash my face at night not to rub over my eyes. which I like. I love these Ardell 420s. They're very natural, even with a soft makeup look, or you can do a glam makeup look. These just are one of those kind of lashes that it's hard to tell if they're actually falsies. Of course, if you don't like a more glowy or satiny look to the skin, you could definitely powder down the areas you want to be more matte. But I think that's part of the beauty of this look, having it just be a very fresh skin-like finish. If you really like a blushy look, go over the cheeks with another coat. And this really helps to provide definition if you're used to defining or contouring with blush. I sometimes think these blushy looks that are just very fresh look very youthful. So there you have it, you guys. 4 products, 5 if you include the eyelashes, and 6 if you use a little bit of brow gel. Let me know if you've tried any of these products and which ones you like and don't like. I would love to hear from you in the description box below. Thanks so much for watching. Be good to yourselves and to others, and I'll see you in my next video.